Another dark log from the diary of a griever named John Weaver, which is me. Morning, guys. How are you doing? It's Tuesday, the 9th of June, 2026, and it's about 4:30ish? No, just about 4:30ish in the morning. So, how was the basketball game last night? Yeah, next tried, and couldn't concentrate because of a certain gas bag who decided to visit the place and shut things down in New York because he can. That's the thing. You don't get it, guys. He's got the air of arrogance around him that nothing matters except what. Oh, sorry about the angles on this thing. I'm just trying to maneuver my. There we go. Okay, so he's doing everything he can to show that he is king, and yet the people are revolting, and he didn't care. Did you happen to see his air of arrogance? Coming down the avenue towards Madison Square Gardens, he knew. He already knew that his air of arrogance, nobody is approving this guy. He knows about the polls. Probably calls them fake news. He still wants the approval. And if he did actually hear the hit booze, he was smiling at it, drinking it in. His arrogance is that of a ruler that doesn't give a shit about anybody. And here's the thing. Most of the Trumps are of that nature. But there was a granddaughter that he brought over with him. Maybe she should have stayed home. Or maybe it was a reality check. Maybe a possible revolt in the family. She's seeing everything else happening. There's a granddaughter. Somewhere down the line of succession, she's seeing how Trump is actually. And she's probably already seen it all her life. And seeing the peasants react towards her. There's always been rebel rouser in families or that much arrogance. There has to be people splitting away to see their kingdom going to be falling to pieces because of the arrogance and indifference towards the people. It's not just this Trumpian thing, it's history. You had tyrants in there, there's always people in the background watching, observing, scared shitless, waiting for a chance to move, strike, or to get the hell out of Dodge. And it's not a fictional story, it's a realistic story. It always has to take one family member to get the hell out and talk to people. I think Trump already had that one as an adult. And always been trying to tell people how screwed up their family is. And in this situation, it is screwed up. And the granddaughter has to see it for herself. She was scared. She was timid. She saw the people who did not like Trump, and Trump was airing it like he was in the owner's box being himself. He wasn't a man of the people. Normally, this guy would have been a con artist and talking to people left and right, but he's not a man of the people. He is not of the people. He may have been born in New York, but his lineage is not. His lineage is of con artistry, if I can say that terminology there. Barron which was also a grandson or son, however I'm looking at it, is also of the lineage, and he's brought up just like Eric and Junior. And he feels like he's entitled to everything. Did he graduate with honors, or did he cheat his way through it? Like his grandfather, or actually his father, Trump. Wharton College had Trump at the bottom of the barrel, and yet Trump views himself as a graduate student. In comparison to this guy here, this guy doing the video of this, I have been struggling, and it's off and on intermediary, and it pisses me off. I got out of high school and couldn't keep up with the grades. Certain topics I screwed up on. Other topics I tried to excel on. Unfortunately, I wasn't doing it what the college system expected, and I got kicked out. I was slowly getting my way through it. Slowly earning my way through it. But the college system that I was in wanted instant results. I didn't do it in 2 years. I was building myself up, and because I had a few setbacks, math was never one of my best subjects at that time. It was algebra. I was getting kicked out. So, academic 1 year, come back in, working full time. I couldn't even continue another semester if I wanted to. But some classes I actually took and I actually enjoyed. I just couldn't continue, and I had to work my ass off after that. Do I got qualms? Yeah, I kicked myself out for 30 years for not going and not being. But the thing is, I look at it now, like maybe it was, I don't know, maybe it wasn't meant to be back then, but in my adulthood, when I turned 50, I was getting back into the college system, and I felt like an old fart next to these kids. But I knew the value of what I was doing, and it was a new adventure for me, and I continued it for about a decade. Just continuing it 2 years at a time, till COVID, and then online, and then back into it again personally, and dealing with the death of my brother, and now I got to deal with another setback, which is health. Started back in December, so I'm out trying to take online classes, but this time I don't know. I want to get back in there. I need to get back in there. I gotta see if I can take just one more class just to continue continue, because I don't want myself to be kicked out of the college again. I want to know I can actually do this. I feel like I can do this. I can be something. To myself, to my family, to my legacy, to God, something. But I feel like I need to do this. So I'll have to find an online class, if it's still there, and jump right into it. But if not, it's going to kick my ass for another term, which I have to go back in spring. I hate that. But what the hell? If I come back in the spring, well, I'll be still alive during that time. I hope so. I want to continue. I got something to look forward to. I wanted to show and prove to my family I could do this shit. That I can get a certificate. I'll come close to the damn thing, but I'm going to get... Hopefully I'll get there. God be willing. Now, compare myself to the old gas bag. Conned, lied, cheated, put his name on everything and everything I felt. And he still didn't care. He was still out there to bullshit people left and right. He didn't care about education. He didn't care about anything else but himself. His lineage has to continue on to bullshit and con people, just like his family does. And the thing of it is, he lives on appreciation on a constant basis. It's like his mother's milk. He's suckling on it like crazy. Well, what happens when you get into an armored tank driving down the streets and you get people flipping you off? You lie to yourself. You lie to everybody else. You don't care. Because he knows the rest of the world either hates his guts or likes his guts. But in this situation, the city of New York was expressing a complete outrage for this asshole. They already voted in the guy who knew what they wanted, to work their ass off for New York City, to get things done in New York City. He's marvelous. Mayor of New York City is one of those rare ones that they actually gave a shit about. It's not going to allow corruption. But they hope it won't be allowed. He won't be doing corruption. But they saw the king roll by in his carriage, smiling at the natives who want to kill him. Nah, they just wanted him out of the damn town. That's all. Stay out of New York City. You may have been born here, but you're not here. You may have been born in the city, but you're not part of the city. You didn't make yourself part of the city. You didn't integrate yourself with the family, with the people of New York City. Trump won't understand it. Trump lived in his tower, but he wasn't part of the people. He was part of his own little world. Kind of sucks. Compare it to mine. I got into town a decade and a half ago, and in different places in different San Fernando Valley. Never part of the people, but part of the town. Valley I grew up with, but then seeing how it changed so much. Got expensive, lack of housing, couldn't afford to get one place to another. And just seeing my valley change and mutate into something I just couldn't feel comfortable with. Move out here to Antelope Valley into the desert. Seen a whole new world. Or different side of the world anyway. How people lived. It was like another city. Actually, worse, two cities, Palmdale and Lancaster, and out here to the armpit of the Antelope Valley, Roseman, California. But still, here I am. Trying to integrate, but I can't feel the rhythm of this town except just to keep sitting here and watching it. And trying to deal with it. Not in arrogance, but just watching, listening, seeing how the town has been for about 20 years. I think it's 20 years. Seems like forever. My brother and I moved out here in 2013. Trailer home, trailer park. People would call this trailer trash, but I was home. Corrugated tin and wood and subject to winds, subject to fire, if there was any. We all had to be careful about what we were doing, how we were cooking, and how we were living. Miss Deed would take down a park. And you would feel part of that neighborhood, though. That's the thing, being part of something, part that made me feel like I was home. For a while, Dave and I made a temporary home for ourselves right after Ma died. If we had continued to live in the apartment, if we were allowed to live in an apartment even after Ma died, There was almost no way we would have kept up with the rent. If David's social came in through, hopefully. I'm not quite sure when it came through. But he would have to pay for everything, and I would have to struggle for work to get a job to continue paying for everything else. We would have lost it anyway. For 5 years dealing with Ma, it was just home still. Wherever the family was at, we made it home because we were family. We had love. They had love. Dave and I tried to continue it here in the apartments on Roseman. Finally got it. Tried to survive, tried to live. We're dealing with the after effects of Ma's passing, and Dave had to get hooked up with someone else. Screwed us over big time. Big time. He dies. Complications to his situation in his head, I guess. Literally. Ischemic attacks are not fun. Takes away a lot of things out of a person. Did. Ability to move, speak, take care of oneself. When he passed, 2018, made my world a lot lonelier, harder to deal with. Things that coming at me at all angles. I'm dealing with a dog that's at her senior age and coming close. It was always upsetting me, still upsets me. And dealing with my own mortality. A sore in a foot being a sore point in my education career. Started back in 2015 in college. Was it 14 or 15? I think 14. My brother tried. He couldn't do it. Second semester, he couldn't quite finish. And the second semester was my first semester, and I went in. And I kicked ass. It's been about 12 years, I think. Moved into this place about 13 years in this place with my brother, a few years with my brother, but mostly a decade about me. And I barely remember what the hell happened in that decade. It just whizzed. This is life, my life, that I'm dealing with on a constant basis. On a constant basis. So now I deal with a deterioration of mortal coils, as I call them. Because that's what it is. And I'm dealing with potentially mental instabilities and brain going to go crazy on me, I guess. But I'm hoping to continue on. See, I try to have hope. I try to live. I try to know that I've got a temporary existence, but I am not putting up a legacy, guys. I'm not putting up this legacy with my name's all over the damn place. I'm not doing ruining edifices left and right, or screwing up somebody else's monument, or things that people have built to showcase what they did, and the ones that we're celebrating in Washington D.C., all those monuments, it wasn't built by them. It was built by the people who wanted to appreciate their good works. And the difference between the gas bag in office, he didn't have any good works, but he wants his name to be known throughout the world, throughout time. And he's going to get whitewashed. He's going to get whitewashed. Oh, his family may want the name live on, but it ain't gonna live on much. When I seen a city, an entire city come out for basketball because they came close. They're coming close to winning a championship in over how many 50 years? Since the Knicks has been there? This would be a party city when it happens. Knicks would be celebrating. If they had won the champion, if they had won a game when Gasbag was over there, they would have partied hardy. They would have torn that place down. But they would have done it with a hell of a lot of gladness and glee. But Trump comes in because he wants to be part of that because he's in New York and he feels entitled. That's the thing, entitlement. And he had a young girl sitting right next to him, scared shitless. I'm not picking on the girl. I'm making her an example at this point of how much that she sees reality, and not through his eyes, but through her own young eyes. She's going to have to carry the stigma like crazy. She's got the last name, but she is going to have to carry the stigma with her. And people know her now. They know of her. But how will she be able to deal with the future now? How will she be able to deal with life beyond the ivory tower or beyond the crumbling edifices? And if she already had a place for her to feel comfortable and away from old grandpa there, old grumpa, I hope she has a good life. Away from all this Trump madness, but she is going to be stuck with it. Much like the rest of her aunts. Yeah, much like an aunt or her mother is going to be stuck with it too. I don't even know who the mother was. If it's someone I know of, oh my God, we're in trouble. But if it's someone else I know, maybe she is not in trouble. Maybe she can get out of it one way or another. But she had to see reality, what Trump is like in the town that Trumps were born in. And conned, lied, cheated, stole, and made hard. She saw New York not love her. She wasn't part of the town. She didn't want to be Trump's world. She wanted to be her own world, away from it all. At least I hope so. At least I think so. Knowing is a different thing altogether. I hope she makes one day in her life right decision. Walk away from the legacy of a gas man, a trash bag who made the whole world look like a garbage heap. And feel like one too. Let's hope she can find an area to make some gardening, some roses that come up that don't stink. That maybe they can plow some stuff in, make manure and fertilizer, make things grow, make new life. I would hope for that. I would hope for that. That being said,